Okay guys, those of you who have been following on my YouTube channel, Mr. Papa's Vintage Camper videos, kids from church call me Mr. Papa, and this is obviously a vintage camper and I'm doing videos, so that pretty well explains that for anybody who says, well, this guy's name, Mr. Papa. It's not. Just wanted to do a quick update, bring you up to speed here on Olive. Olive was done last fall. Frame off, we did all of her framing was redone in 5/4 treated lumber, so she will never rot again. Olive has a 3/4 inch treated floor. She's been, all of her holes, or most of her holes and dents have been repaired. Up here, you'll see I did a video on tin knocking and how to repair a hole. That used to be where you plugged Olive in. That's no more going to be, or shall not be again, depending on how you want to look at it. She's in a pretty good space. She's just about ready to start getting her paint job. Her electric is all laid out. You can see I have some sanding to do up here, all these little dents and dings. If you can go back through my videos on Olive and see pretty much anything that has been done, from the framing of the front, framing and work on the custom AC door, framing of the windows. Now when I paint this, all of these windows are coming back out. That's why you only see a few screws holding them. I just sized them. So that's going to be covered with plastic on the inside so we don't blow paint. This will be painted with automotive paint. I'm trying to do this in a professional manner so everybody can see what's what and how's how. And you can look inside, you can see I have framed this with 5/4. You can see that I put some temporary plywood up on the ceiling to keep it square until we get ready to do our finish work. I've lined all of the penetrations with aluminum so that it will never get rot again, and you can see it comes all the way up over the top of the wheel well. These boards are all 1¼ inch thick instead of 3/4 inch thick. I doubled up the boards going across the back section. I put a little crown in the center to roll the water on the roof off to each side. You can see there's also a 1/4 inch plywood. When these were done, again, you can go back to my videos on this. When this was done, this was made with the template of 1/4 inch plywood. Then all of this framing was glued and screwed to that plywood, allowing me to do whatever I want on the inside and not be concerned about going up the road. As this is, if I put the wheel wells in it, a person could hook onto it, put on some tail lights and pull it home. It would be safe to pull home. If I had just framed it in the conventional manner and then put the siding on, when you went to go home, this thing would just disintegrate on the highway. So that's the reason I do that. I'm using today's different types of glues and adhesives, and kind of updating that. Again, all of this is on my other video, but I just wanted to bring you up to speed on what we're doing with Olive. Olive will be started back up here today, this afternoon, if I can get all of my gear set up like I want to. Now I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a carpenter for the best part of my life. I went to school to be a tool maker. I worked on a farm as a truck mechanic and pulled equipment all over the country, learned how to back there. I've been doing vintage campers for the best part of 25 years before they were real cool. My wife and I traveled through 30 states with our 60 F100 and our 65 Shasta, which we affectionately call Sheldon. So I've got some experience in setup, I've got some experience in mechanics, I've got some experience in carpentry. I restored that 60 F100 and that 65 Shasta to my specs. The Shasta was all made for just my wife and I, so I did some fancy dancy renovations on the inside to make it so it was just ours. This camper here, Olive, is being made for some nice folks out of Chicago that are being patient enough with me to allow me to do it and video it. I had hoped to get it done last year. Health, time, COVID, and everything else got in the way of me, and then I'm just about like everybody else. So this will be completed this year. It'll be painted. I'm going to paint it white. I'm going to give her an opportunity to pick graphics on it. So if she wants to do some graphics, I'll take care of that for her. It'll have the new tires, new wheels. I've already rebuilt the axles. Springs are all good. Frames all been taken down and repainted. So this is basically going to be a brand new trailer when it leaves the garage. Be maybe one of my last ones. Is health, time, and family are just ticking away here. So I want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what I do, how I do it, where I come from, what I've done, what I haven't done. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't done it all. But I just want to go through it so everybody has an honest idea of exactly what it is to build this. Now we're going to go through the electrical on this thing. We're going to go through the plumbing, what little bit there will be. I'm going to build custom cabinets for Olive, all to the specs of her new owner. And yeah, when she pulls out of the driveway, she is going to be, first off, I'm going to miss her because I put a lot of my heart into her, but when she pulls out of the driveway, you're going to see a real show camper. Now, if you look around my garage here, camping isn't the only thing that I do. Like I said, I've restored trucks and cars, and I've got a lot of mechanical experience in that. So as you can see, my garage is a total disaster. Full disclosure, look at this mess. But that's okay. It's life in general. You know, it isn't, I don't have that $25,000 floor. In fact, you can see paint. My floors are cracked. My house is just like your house. My stuff is just like your stuff, and unless you're more organized than I am, and if you are, God bless. But this is just the reality of what these things are. You look up, I dropped my ceiling, put in a new furnace this year. My ceiling is all plastic. You don't see any fancy, you know, LED lighting or any of that junk. Look, I've got my second garage door covered with plastic, trying to keep my house warm, my garage warm for the winter. So yeah, I'm just like you guys. Put my pants on one leg at a time. Unless I feel chicky, then I just hang them between chairs and jump in. But usually it's one leg at a time. So this is who I am. This is what I do. This is Olive. And before you know it, Olive's going to be rolling down the highway with some smiling new friends. As always, put God first. Let you know God loves you. He'll take care of you. Be kind, be generous, be fair, and hold the door for somebody today, because somebody needs you to hold that door. God bless you one and all. I hope this finds you well.